Welcome back to Flying Saucer 2. This is our back nine. Here at the beginning, I have two shots from the front nine that I forgot to put in the first video, but I told the guys I would put in the second video. These are both drives from hole 7 off the tee. I just forgot to put them in, never realized until the video was already uploaded. And so I told them I'll put them in the beginning of this. So our scores are about to come up. I am +1. Nick is -1. Then the other guys, I didn't do the math for them quite yet, but me and Nick are going to be the ones to watch during this back nine because it's about to get real spicy. Teeing off for hole 10. Hole 10 is 240 feet. Our last tournament, we averaged a 3. So everybody got a par on this the last time that we were out here. Ashton just turned it over and went way too far to the right. You can see the flag down there, straight ahead. Dylan grip locked that thing. Oh my goodness. I think it was almost on hole 1. It was on hole 2's fairway. You got AJ throwing right here. You got to flip up nicely for him, but it never came back. It just kind of flew straight for him. Would have been nice if it finished with a nice hyzer on it, but Chase just picked up into a tree. He got knocked down where he was. Ashton throwing his up. Went a little long of the basket. Nothing to worry about though. This shot we got Dylan. He's way back there where I just pointed at in this video. Taking his up shot. Just put too much hyzer on and didn't get out there enough. Taking another up. Nothing to worry about from there. Here's Chase taking his up shot. These were both recorded on different days if you guys didn't see the front nine. That's why some of the camera work is different and the weather is totally different.
Yeah.
AJ missed his putt. I'm going for my 2. Just missed it short to the left. Nick knocked down his putt with a little dance there at the end for you guys. Chase going for his 3rd shot. Knocked down the putt. AJ tapped his in. Tapping mine in the first person point of view. Everybody else tapping theirs in. Here we go on hole 11. This hole is 315 feet. Our last tournament, we averaged a 3.75. You just kind of want to turn something over, just throw something very straight at the basket. AJ just too much hyzer. Chase is throwing a forehand roller, which just turned over and went straight into the woods. Nick threw pretty well in this. Threw a buzz, I think. Sat down nice for him, though. I threw my magician, just kind of pulled it a little too much. Slowed down, got left, stayed in bounds from the pond. That's not a pond right now.
Oh yeah.
Ashton threw a turnover. I think it flipped up perfectly for him. He got right on the other side of where the pond would be. You can see the lighter grass. That's normally where the pond is when we get a lot of rain. It used to be a full-time pond, but I'm not sure what happened to it. Chase taking his up shot. Threw it with a lot of height and just too much hyzer. Taking my up right here.
Go in.
That was a good up shot. Dylan taking his. Just threw it to the left. Too much hyzer. AJ chained out for his 2.
Yep.
Ashton taking an up shot. Played it safe into the hill. That was a nice up. Dylan going for his 3. Just left it short. Nick here going for his 2. Hit the top of the basket. Chase going for his 3. Knocked down the big putt. AJ with the big tap in.
Yep.
Ashton with his big tap in. Same with Dylan. And Nick. Alright, we were moving on to hole 12. Hole 12 is 210 feet. Our last time out here, we averaged a 3. You can see the basket right there through the little middle gap. A lot of trees you don't want to hit, but you can get through there pretty nicely. AJ just had too much hyzer. Chase just grip locked it a little too much and landed down in the road, like the path. Nick did about the same thing. We got a kick to the left. I threw this like just too slow. I feel like not enough hyzer on it. Went dead straight and caught the tree, and I'm down there on the hill. Not terrible though. Ashton just had something turn over too much out of his hand. Dylan gave it a good rip, but caught the tree there and kicked him to the left side. Chase going for his up. Looked pretty good to me. Nick taking his second shot. Got an Annie. Good Annie shot right there. Here's Dylan throwing his Mako right onto a tree. Taking another up shot from Dylan. Just threw this putter straight into the ground with a lot of hyzer, but gave himself a putt. Ashton almost knocked down his putt from down the hill. I left mine way too short. AJ going for his 2. And almost got it in there. AJ's putting has been looking so good, but he keeps chaining out, just hitting the basket and knocking out. Same thing with Chase. And Dylan just hit the top of the band, and he got an unlucky roll down the hill. Took a nice little cut though and sat down for him. Nick going in and taking his putt, knocked it down. Dylan going for his from down the hill. A lot of hyzer, but sat down for him.
Again, AJ.
AJ with the big tap in. Chase with his big tap in. Here we go, the hole 13. 215 feet. Last time out here, we averaged a 3. The basket's like down there. You could throw a forehand hyzer, a big Annie, or there's a backdoor hyzer route that Ashton tried taking right there. Just got a little too far to the right. I'm trying to take that same gap, but I think this one I pulled a little too far. Yeah, I pulled it way too far into the middle. Dylan just kind of going straight at it. If you get over that little hillside right there, you just got an open shot onto the green. AJ actually did pretty good and hit the backdoor gap. Chase just threw a big Annie, and that thing just kept going.
Yeah, go bananas.
Here I am. You can see the basket down there. This is like, to the right was like the perfect gap to hit, but like I said, I pulled it too tight. And Nick, he landed up on the hillside, so I mean, this still isn't a bad play at all. But that's where the big forehand hyzer can come in, because you can go down that hill and just keep going towards the green. Ashton taking his up shot. Dylan going for his. Too much hyzer. Almost went to the little puddle we have over there. Chase actually didn't go too far. Here's AJ. This is about where you want to be. If you hit that backdoor line, it's nice. As you can see, he got the birdie for it, so that's a good birdie to get. Ashton with his little tap in. Nick with his. And Dylan just left it short. This is for my 3 right here. Knocked it down.
Go ahead.
Hole 14. This is
bad.
205 feet. This is just straight downhill to this little basket. You kind of see with the red flag. We averaged a 3.25 on this one. This one's a lot harder than it seems, because you don't want to throw anything too hard and go down into the pond. You want to land something pretty flat. That way it doesn't roll into the pond. And then just hopefully get out of here with a par. But if you get the birdie on this, it's very rewarding, but it's very difficult to pull off. Ashton just hit an early tree. Dylan, just too much hyzer. Here's Ashton with his second shot. Too much hyzer. Chase with his second. Yeah, there's a guy swimming in the pond looking for disc while we were there recording these guys. They both just laid up so they didn't have to worry about the pond. Nick gave it a run, and this is what happens when you give it a run. That thing picked up and started rolling. You can see down there at that last tree, it sat down, luckily. Dylan going for his. Landed pretty flat, though, so didn't have to worry about the roll. Ashton's picked up and rolled. Took a little cut, though, there in the second. Nick just left his low. Dylan tapping his in. There's Ashton knocking down his putt. There's Nick.
Yep.
This is where my drive landed. I thought I threw it a little long, and that's how I always feel in this hole. But then if I throw it a little long, it's actually parked. So I'll take it. Everybody tapping their zone. This is hole 15. This hole is 210 feet over the pond. Last time out here, we averaged a 3.25. I threw my Mako right there, and it played pretty nicely for me. Dylan just got through, didn't get wet, but he did go left. Nick got through there just a little too far to the left, but he's okay. He got across the pond, stayed dry. Ashton threw something high, turned over, and it came back for him. He's up there near where I'm at. AJ threw something short and down the middle. I think he went into the pond right there. Chase pulled that, but they got over. He took the longest path across the pond I think is possible. Here's Dylan with his up. AJ actually didn't go OB. He got over, but it was not like that far over, I think. I'm not 100% sure, actually. I forget. But he took his up shot. Dylan's taking his up shot. This would be for his 3. He gave it a decent run, just needed more power behind it.
All right.
Chase is way over there. And he threw his disc while I was pointing, so he landed over that way. Here's Nick. Knocked down his putt for the 2. That's a good 2 to get. And there goes Ashton with his 2. Knocked down my 2 putt right there. We're about to head to hole 16.
Get down.
Hole 16 is a 235-foot hole, and we averaged a 3.5 the last time that we were out here. This basket's kind of hidden in behind those trees. You'll throw something that's just going to go pretty straight for you with a little finish at the end. Me and Nick are pretty close in score. I'm not quite 100% sure what our scores are right now, but I know for sure that we're getting close. Dylan threw a good shot, just needed a little bit more height, something a little bit less overstable. Yeah, a little less overstable. Just something to go straight for him. AJ picked the right disc and didn't have the best line, and threw just a little too much hyzer, but still looked pretty good. Not mad with where he landed. Chase just turned something over and hit a tree pretty early. You see he's pretty bummed out about it. There's a second shot. Turned it over a little bit too much again, but it's okay. Ashton taking his putt for his 2. Just hit it off the front of the basket. Chase going for his 3. Just too much height. AJ didn't have the best run right there, but it's okay. He got the easy par. Chase knocked his down. Dylan going for his 2. Didn't give it a bad run. Just not enough power. Here goes Nick for his 2. Gave it a very good run. Then he spit out of the chains, unfortunately. I gave him a bogey. And I think that put us tied.
Yep.
I'm pretty sure just tied us. We're up by 1 stroke right now. Here we go with the hole 17. This is 180 feet. Last time we were here, we averaged a 3, which is actually pretty low for us. Normally we average a 2. This one's just like a big spike hyzer. You can kind of see the basket through those trees right there. I kind of like this camera angle, but then you can see I picked a different camera angle for when the other 4 guys were out here. I landed a little short into the taller grass back there, so I didn't get to skip up to the basket. Ashton threw pretty good on this hole. You'll see where he landed with his putt. Dylan just didn't give it the height. It had a little early release, it looked like. There goes Nick ripping one up there. And pretty good. Did pretty good. That's about what you want to do, what Nick did. I like throwing a little bit more hyzer and throwing it out there a little bit more and let it spike more. But that's just me.
There you go.
Dealing with a good up. Going for my 2-putt. Gave it the height and missed it to the right. There goes Chase. Knocked down his 2. Ashton for his 2. See, he landed pretty well. In a good spot. And he just chained out to the right. AJ with a big doink right there. Hey, the flip counts. So there we go. I tapped in mine. Everybody tapping in theirs. Okay, here we go to hole 18. This hole is 290 feet. It's down this like pathway. You can't really see the basket right now. You can't see it at all actually. You can't see flags or anything, but you just want to play something, let it turn over a little bit, and just kind of have a little hyzer finish if you can. Both of these plays are just too much hyzer, but it's not a bad idea at the same time. Like, you're still going to be safe up there. Nick crushed it and just turned it over just a little too much.
Yeah.
He got over into a fairway of a different hole. I threw mine just on a little too much hyzer. Kind of should have angled my body a little bit farther to the right, but I'm not mad with where I went. Ashton with a little too much turnover. Here goes Dylan. Same thing, just too much turn. Too much ante. Dylan taking his second shot. A lot of ante, but it panned back for him. He got down there. He'll have an upshot. Ashton taking his upshot. Got to sit down on that hill pretty nicely. I believe Chase is taking it up. Or no, that's AJ taking his upshot. There we go. Couldn't see. My screen's very small and I'm trying to commentate this at the same time, so sorry if it's not the best commentary at the moment. We're only going to get better from here, though. And game-wise, video-wise, content-wise, just everything's going to be so much better as time goes on. Nick gave it his good upshot. Here I go for my upshot. Pretty far. Wanted to give it a decent run, but that's an easy tap-in for par. And at this point, me and Nick are tied for this tournament, so we're going to go to playoff holes. And so what we decided to do for playoff holes is we both picked a hole, and we ended up picking hole 15. And so we'll go to hole 15 and see how that goes here in a minute.
Great.
After everybody gets done tapping in their putts. Scorecard's about to pop up so you guys can see how that all went in our second round. I played pretty good. I had 3 birdies right there. 17 could have been another birdie. That would have helped me. These are our final scores through all 18 holes. And here we go with hole 15 again. Nick's going to throw first because he had the lead most of the time and had the lead after the front 9. He caught a tree there, kicked him down by those rocks. I just pulled something a little too far to the left.
Oh, shit.
Gave it a decent run.
There's that playoff hole
at the basket, I think. Pretty sure. It looked like it because I was very excited about that.
Not bad.
Or no, I called a tree and it kicked me down. That's right.
Go.
We both laid up. So we're both going to get pars, so this is going to push. We actually have an interview right
What's
now.
your least favorite hole on lower 4?
Least favorite hole. I would probably go with hole 13. Up there by the baseball field.
Oh, yeah.
Hole 13 is definitely the worst on this hole, on this course.
I'm going to go hole 3. I hate that gap.
You hate hole 3?
I hate the gap, dude.
What was your best moment of today?
Best moment of today. Hitting the putt to come back and tie with Nick there at the end. That was crazy.
Yeah. I'm going to go finishing -2. I'm happy with that.
What's your all's favorite disc?
I got my Halo Mako 3.
And I'm going with the Astronaut.
How are you feeling going into the playoff hole?
This hole's gonna be tough, man. Second playoff hole, we tied on the first one. It's gonna be whoever makes the first mistake on this one. I feel like.
Yeah, 4 is a tough one. If we're gonna play any of them and somebody's gonna screw up, it's gonna be 4.
Here we go with hole 4. This is 185 feet. You want to throw straight up this gap, and the basket's over there to the left. So I threw a reactor right here, which is actually a pretty good disc choice for that. You guys saw I got underneath, kind of had a little skip towards the basket. And then got unlucky and hit the first tree. Or not the first tree, but one of the first. And on a second throw, hit another tree. Man, you do not want to see a tournament end like this.
No, I'm over the fucking hill.
Gave it a run for his par. And just hyzered out on him. Here I go for my 2. Gave it a decent run, but played soft on that hill. Here's Nick for his bogey save. Give it a decent run, but here I go to tap out the win. This was very competitive. Had a lot of fun playing this against Nick. Shout out to Nick for being a good competitor about it and all that. If you guys enjoyed this back 9, please like it. Please subscribe if you guys want more. It's only going to get better from here. Thank you guys for watching so much. Please share this to everybody and anybody you possibly can. I appreciate it so much. Thank you guys.